The lights are out and we're racing here off in 2026, and it looks like Jeff Price had an absolute shocker off the line. Stephen Varga just ploughing his way to the inside, but there's a car of Rob Tomei just poking his nose up the inside and saying, hey, mate, you're going to have to watch out because I'm here now. And this time returns the favour by pushing him right up against the inside as well, but Varga getting the better of that little battle indeed. Back here's a nice little battle with Ben Mead and Kobe Marshall going for it up the inside of Price here, and almost getting the job done side by side through, just trying to get the traction down is that V8 Camaro of Marshall, but it has not quite stuck because Price has got it right, and he is in front of Marshall here going through the first little stadium section here in the Nürburgring GP circuit, as they will peel off the main course quite soon, and they will head off into the Nürburgring. Zach O'Reilly.
Yeah, the race is over, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone's spread by 6/10 of it. No, I'm only joking. It's on Donkey Kong here because Marshall has got the upper hand in most cars, you could say, over probably about 80% of the field. So look out, Jeffrey Price. But Price has put up a good fight when it needs to. Can he do it here in these Gen 3 supercars? A long race ahead. We've got 58.5 minutes thereabouts left in this one already. So it's a minute gone, and these boys are only in the first 16th of the track, and it's looking good here at the moment. Brock Clark's made his way up through positions from the start in 10th place. He's on a charge here as well in the Mitre 10 Makita entry, and he's really putting that thing to the test here at the moment, firing their way through their first open excursion laps here in this Nordschleife circuit. How long are these things going to hold on in the grip department? We'll find out, but they're pushing him early here, and this man, Parkinson, he might be shaky, but I'll tell you what, he was absolutely dead straight there. He was like Steady Eddie in an earthquake, 100% stable off the start. He rocketed away and just said, yep, I'm Gonskis, and he's spread them already by a good 1.5 seconds here, Chris. Oh, good stuff.
Yeah, great stuff there, and pushing ahead as well. Parkinson with about a 1.5 second advantage over Stephen Varga. Rob Tomei sitting here pretty in third position. Then we got Price, who did get the better of Marshall, and Marshall just lining him up here, about 0.4 of difference. One of the closest battles on circuit, but down here, this is where it's starting to get a little bit spicy. We got Rogers there, and he's got Serov right up his clacker here at the moment, and it's a generally a tough circuit to follow through as well, because you really need to know where to go. Look at him just flying across this circuit. A bit of smoke coming out the back of Ben Taylor's car. Oh no, what's happened here? He's turned him. He's either he's hit him, or poor old Rogers has had a little rogering of his own. I didn't quite see it. My eyes were off the screen. Was there contact, Zach? I wasn't too sure.
Everyone started to do it. There's the brake lock. Up the inside he goes, and whooshka into the back of him and says, cop that one, me old son. That is you hitting the showers early. I'm going to skip off up into the distance. And poor old Rogers just gave himself a bit of the old double-ended DILDO style. And he's fallen back down the grid, unfortunately. So has Benny Mead. He's just lost a position there too to Benny Taylor.
Yeah, a bit of final stanza of Requiem for a Dream for all you film lovers out there. The double ender in full force out in that one, but Benny Mead, it's Jeff Price who's feeling the pinch here of the old double ender here. He's got Rob Tomei in front, and Kobe Marshall just trying to chase him down here at the moment. 0.5 is the gap, and that is not quite as close enough to make any sort of any sort of dive or anything to feel the pressure. But if Rob Tomei just backs him up, which it looks like he's trying to do here as well, just Price is going to find it very hard to make a move in these cars with a very low grip. But look at this, he's hounding Rob Tomei at the moment into the left-hander. Brakes on in the front, just trailing through this little section. From all reports of the driver, Zach O'Reilly, you can barely get up to full throttle around this circuit. Oh, Price has come off there, dipped a couple of wheels off, manages to gather it up, and now into a very hard braking zone now, and they all compress up, and the battle's on here. I think Jeff Price is in for a good start. He qualified up in second position, mind you, and he dropped down off the start, had an absolute shocker, and now they go human centipede style through the first of the carousels.
Yeah, they're half throttle basically through about 2/3 of the lap here, because there's just not enough grippo on the tyres. So look at Price. He's now all over the back end again of Tomei. Tomei versus Price is a good one. They start fighting. This is going to bring Marshall back into it. This is the opening lap, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen. And now they're all just starting to see where the grip limits is. They'll be following each other around when there was a good 6 or 7 seconds difference between a couple of them on the racetrack. Now they're all just educating themselves on how far and how quickly they can push these cars with a full tank of fuel, and some tyres have now phased into probably optimum grip, but overheating them, it could be a different story.
Oh yeah, we've seen in the previous season, if you get too happy on that throttle and you light up the rears, you can just lose grip exponentially, and same goes on the front end too. If you scrub them too much, they just do not like that. You've got to be smooth on your inputs, whether it be in your feet or in your hands. And the longer you can do that, the longer you can make those tyres last, and that just ends up being seconds and seconds off your overall lap time. Here we go, though. Price is having a look at Rob Tomei through the slower section here, through the left-hander, and Tomei was aware of him there, through into the second of the carousels. And Tomei under big pressure here at the moment. Jeff Price giving him right the hurry curry. What am I trying to say? He's under pressure, Zach O'Reilly. It's only early. Jesus Christ, Sunday afternoon. It's been a big weekend for the Mudflat Munro out there as well, ladies and gentlemen. So doing our best out here, Simsational TV style. Rob Tomei, though, how long can he hold the Price behind him?
He's looking pretty decent, but this is the ultimate suckage of the German track here at the Nordschleife. You can just see that from the chopper cam, the closing speed now. It's coming. Inevitable here. I think this is going to be perfect time here for Price to start spinning that wheel once again, and he's going to hit the jackpot here, I reckon. Straight up underneath him, he does so, just pure slipstream style. And look at that. Tomei's not letting him go easily.
Whoa.
There, he's off the circuit too, and here comes Kobe Marshall too in the background. Tomei just survives that. Price has just outbraked himself a little bit there, or has he? Into it. Kobe Marshall's also looking in at this little stanza here and thinking, oh, good apex there from yourself. Now got the perfect run on Tomei. Nearly punted the rear end of him as well. Traded vinyl wrappage there. And now he's going to go for the slipstream down the front straight. He's got the one. He's got the inside. I'll tell you what, no one's going defensive here in the Tomei department. He's just left it all up to Kobe Marshall to get that braking maneuver done, and he does. Has he outdone his own talent there, though, as Kobe? Look at the thing waggling and dancing itself there. Cha-cha style. Gets it pulled up, though, does Kobe. And now he's all over the back here really quickly of Jeff Price. I'll tell you what, the Marshall Motorsports car is just turned on here in go-karting style. Tyres are up to temperature, and he's looking pretty spicy here in that red mobile.
It's funny how these guys set the cars up as well. So sometimes these guys, the setups will favour the cold tyre, and you'll actually go quicker on your first lap around. And I'm talking about a normal circuit where the lap only lasts around 1:30. But these guys, some of these cars, they do the research, and as those tyres start to degrade, the setup comes to them, and it's a little bit easier on the drivability scale. Whereas some guys like to have it on an absolute knife's edge, and as the tyres degrade, it just gets even hairier out there. So some guys, the car comes to them. Other guys, they're chasing the car the entire way around. So I think Kobe's in that box of where the car just starts to come to him after the tyres start to degrade a little bit, and the balance starts to shift around in that car depending on which end of the tyres you are pushing, whether it's the fronts or the rears. And I think that it's kind of front limited around this circuit. You don't like understeer. You got to try and tune that out around this circuit, but there's a lot of high speed, high action turns, high camber, you name it, off camber. You've got everything around this bloody place. It's a handful for the drivers at the best of times, but in the heat of a battle, which we've got here, a nice little 3-car battle, 4P3 mind you, and hopefully these guys can kick that footy all the way down the track to about the 60-minute mark.
Yeah, for our sake as well.
Yes.
And it's going to be good, because if they keep this rate of attrition going, it could be 3 or 4 different positions changes and swapping as well. One bloke has to blink, and he's off Benny Mead style into the bunda, and that could be it for one of these guys. Who's going to do it, though? We just don't know. Are they all going to finish? Just say thank you. I'll take it, and I'll go for it, and I'll get that podium. And Price is in the hot spot here, and I'll tell you what, he's not too far away. That's Varga off in the distance there as well. So Jeffrey here is just 100% thinking about the long game. I reckon he's trying not to overdrive it. He's not trying to defend too hard. This man has got the different idea though. Tomei, he's angry. He's dirtied himself because he was in 3rd place, and now he's lost a couple of places here now. So it's all up to him to get himself back into the green, mist and the flow state, and just make sure those driving inputs are smooth, the accelerator pedals feathered nicely, and the brake inputs just don't overpower the tyre and locks them up. And look at that.
Oh,
that was a
off.
touch there, and that's Varga off in the foreground too. So that's going to draw in a four-way car battle here now. There's Stevie. His tyres will be as absolutely cold as a dog's dinner here, and he's got done. He's absolutely sent it off too hard. Can't get the job done. There goes Marshall. There goes Price as well. And Varga is under all sorts here. Tomei's going to have a good look at him too, and does so up the inside. Thank you, mother, for the rabbits. Vargas dropped down from second. And I'll tell you what, that is very, very insightful there for us here in the commentary box, because that man in the Quantum Motorsports car was absolutely on song. He was never at fault last season, and he's coming here in the Nordschleifer, and he's absolutely struggling here early on in this stage. Don't write him off yet, however. We'll see how he went about it. There he is, off into the bunda, pushed it too hard, into the one again, slaps it into the barrier, and that is it for him. That's why he's off, and the more he goes around on those that green surface rather than the black stuff.
Pricey has now just made his way up to P2, and he's loving all this action. Look at Kobe's Marshall sideways out of that turn in the background there. Absolutely on a needle. This guy's got it going on at the moment. He's starting to lose touch with Pricey at the front there as well, and it looks like Stephen Varga has just got his head screwed on again after that massive mistake. Saw him drop down the order all the way down to P5. So now he's got a few cars out the front window, which he probably didn't think about coming into this after starting. Where did he start? P3. He got a great start. He was up to P2 straight away. Parkinson's absolutely buggered off up the road. He's 10 seconds out in front of this little battle pack here as well. So it's all happening here, though. Rob Tomei on the back of Kobe Marshall.
Yeah, Marshall is just slip-sliding his way around here like a penguin in Antarctica here at this point in time. He's got no grip. Look at how early he had to brake there, and that was nearly another rear-ender, and he's off the carousel. That's going to give Tomei the inside run. See you later. He's got that job done. Marshall's not too happy about that. I don't think there was anything nefarious about it. Just a bit of gutso and aggression there from Tomei, because he took the opportunity when it came to him, and he's still flashing him like a bloody bread over the noodles beach. Come on, mate. Just settle down, champ. It's okay. It's all right. Let's have a look. And we can just see what happened. Oh, we just missed it. He just went off by himself.
Yeah, nothing.
And
nothing
just see you later. And that's play on to me.
Oh, absolutely play on. Yeah, I think Kobe's just upset at himself and spamming the old headlights department there as well. Nothing that Rob Tomei wouldn't have done if the roles were reversed. Well, here we go. He's had a little bit of a waggle out there. Pushed Kobe Marshall right to the side of the track. He's locked him up. Somehow kept control of the vehicle. Beautiful car control there from Marshall. Wowee. I'll tell you what, if he was a little bit pissed off before, now it's shooting through the stratosphere now with the red mist. And you can see now just getting nice and healthy with the throttle pedal out of that one as well. Kicking the arse end out. I don't think he's too happy out there, Zach.
No, he's not. He's a very, very unhappy camper. His cockpit is matching the colour of the 90% of his vehicle on the outside, red. The wrist is descended. Oh, look at that, just jumping over the field. He'll get himself back into rhythm, though, and I think Tomei will just start to look a little bit sheepish once Kobe Marshall, if he gets onto the rear end of him again. That's going to be a battle of the Leviathans. Just the aggression as they jump over there. Front wheels lifting up into the air. You'd think they'd have a bit more front weight balance there, but nah, the aero gets the better of him. And Marshall is just driving the tits off this thing. Look at him, just the speed, the aggression there. Tomei had nothing. Tomei's all wiggly too now. He's going Elvis, Jimmy. No, he's not going Elvis. He's going bloody, what's his name? James Brown style, just shuffling his way through the track here at the moment. Marshall's trying to think about how he can get him back here. And if he gets this run out of this corner and there's one little error from Tomei in front. Oh, look at that. Just sideways there too. They're all dancing. These tyres are as dead as a doornail, but it looks of it are overheating. And at this point here, Marshall just needs to get himself into a little bit of a suck range here if he possibly can, and he could get the return serve on Tomei down the back straightaway here at the Nordschleifer. But it's already breaking the toe style there from Tomei. He knows he's in all sorts here. Kobe's approaching at a rate of knots. They're both flashing us here in the old commentary box. They're about as happy as Larry out there. One is. The other one's pretty upset. But it's under 2 tenths, ladies and gentlemen. It's about 2.1 tenths per second. Look at Marshall just started to close in. This is the worst place in the circuit that I'm thinking there's going to be some overlap. Downhill, this is your disaster brewing here, ladies and gentlemen. Something's going to happen, I can tell you now. If it doesn't, good on him. But crikey's almighty. This is racing. This is hardcore stuff. This is Ambrose Scape style here. This is incredible stuff. Look at him go. Murphy's involved in here too, I reckon, in the brain of Marshall, but that is a good exit there from Tomei.
Yeah.
And he absolutely skips him off down the road, drives out of the corner. And that's another bit of a checkmate there for Tomei so far in this stanza between Marshall and Tomei.
He's tallying up in the wins in the battle department, but there is still a war raging here because there is 44 minutes to go in this race. Well, all the while these two are squabbling between themselves. Pricey's loving it because he's absolutely just driving off into the distance, and it's giving a chance for Stephen Varga to catch up as well. But it looks like Rob Tomei's just gone a little bit wide there, and a little bit skatey on the rear as well. But Marshall, monkey see, monkey do style, follows him around that thing as well, lighting up the rear tyres. So they're both just kind of tippy-toeing around at the moment because they just need those rears just to settle down a little bit, get a little bit of temperature down back into them as well. They're overheating big time, and that's as I said, bringing in this man here, Stephen Varga, who's watching it all happen in front. He's seen how close these guys have come together on the circuit so far, and he's licking his lips thinking, you know what, the next time these guys come together, there might be an opportunity for me to get a little bit of a 2-for-1 deal. Never mind the Boxing Day sales, it's all about the Nürburgring, and a couple of drivers that are just starting to get a little bit maybe frustrated with each other.
Oh no, it's exciting. That's what we like to see though in the commentary box. A lot of fun being up here watching it from trackside chopper camp.
It's Marshall and Tomei back to the status quo, with Marshall attacking and Tomei defending. Every point's worth a point or more here in this series, so there's no point sticking around. You may as well just go for it, because I'll tell you what, Price is just walking away, and Parkinson has absolutely stuffed off down the road. So barring a disaster from Parkinson in the, around this circuit, anything can happen, and there's still plenty of time to go. Tomei, a little bit of a mistake there. That's invited Marshall up down the inside looking for the run, but there's just nowhere to go around this circuit. It's a single lane only if you want to optimize the line and the pace around here. Now there's a braking zone coming up here to the left, but Tomei's all over it, ducks in and looks for a late exit, a late apex should I say. He slingshots his way out the other side and just gaps him by a couple of tenths on the exit. So a nice little exchange there from these two guys, playing a little bit of cat and mouse at the moment.
Yeah, Tom and Jerry style there, I reckon. Yep. And that's a correct reference, I think it is. Mm-hmm. Tom and Jerry, cat and mouse. And they look, anyway, it's pretty good to entertain us here in the commentary box, because you can see the difference there of what Tomei's doing. So Tomei looks like he's a man who's got absolutely no car underneath him, but he's managing to just wiggle his way through here and keep some pace. Marshall looks like he's got the car under him, but the mental is just getting the better of him, and he's just overdriving the thing here. I reckon it's a lot faster red and black car versus the mostly black, and a bit of red highlights there on your screen as well. But it doesn't matter, because you can have whatever you want underneath you or in the cockpit. It's wherever you are in the track position that gets it. So should be absolutely good here for us here in the commentary box, because Marshall's not letting go of him. Parkinson has got the straights and is leading us by 12.8 seconds. Cook Maitland here has just got the job done on Janssen. That battle was starting to brew a little bit earlier, and he's just sailed past him. Beautiful. Camaro Mustang. This is now the battle. Varga has got onto the back of Tomei, and we missed what happened to Tomei versus Marshall. We need to go and see what happened, because Marshall is 500,000 kilometres up the straight there, and he's lost a position, has Tomei to him. So Varga's going to probably get himself up onto P4 here within the suck range. It's now about to be 2/10 and under down the back straight here at Nordschleife in the suck range. It could be that one. Looking very nice here is Steve. He's going to go for the move up the inside. He's got no option there, does Tomei. He just has to be a sitting duck there and accept his fate here for now. Can he get the switch back on, though, because it's a left-hander, then it's a right, and he's still there, too. Oh, look at this. That was nearly nose-to-wheel contact there as well. Crikey's almighty. They came through there somehow. Tomei just aggressively just put himself where the sun shone, and Varga just had to look at him in a distance and go, well, you can take that one, son. I'll play the long game here. You play the short, risky one, and we'll keep going at it for the next lap. Cracking stuff.
Yeah, beautiful stuff. As we see Kobe Marshall just pulling into the pits as well, so he's had enough of this. He's made his way past Tomei finally. And now is actually Tomei's under attack now. Here goes Here goes Varga down into turn 1, gets that job done and consolidated as well. The quantum computing genius is coding on the run. He's got a wheel in one hand and he's got the keyboard in the other, the old Python XEX, whatever the bloody commands are. But oh, look at that big sideways moment from Tomei trying to return serve there before Varga just gets his eye in and starts to walk away. We saw him, I think it was about, what was it? It was the gap is about 4 or 5 seconds between these two guys in qualifying. So it'll be a hard task for Tomei to hold on at the moment. But it all comes down to this next lap because this is, I guess, considered an in-lap for these guys. I don't know if you don't want to be going too much longer because by the time they get around again, it'll be about 34 minutes on the clock, so 26 to go, and it's probably about time to chuck on some new boots, chuck some fuel in, like this man has just done, and comes out of the pack in 6th position.
Yeah, Taylor and Clark have done the same thing as well, so they're going to come through. This is a good battle here, though, between Varga and Tomei. It's now the battle of the dead tyres, I would say here. This battle has sort of negated itself out, so we're going to go to the man in the lead here, Joseph Parkinson. He's got the straights. He woke up this morning and he got the straights, and that is why he's leading this from 16 seconds away to his next competitor in Jeffrey Price. And it is just an absolute I marvel. I was going to say eyesore, but that's the wrong term. And I marvel for this man because he is flogging the competition out here. And mind you, there's some quick guys who are not racing here tonight, but this is the benchmark for the season. This man is going to take some beating in Joseph, and I'll tell you what here, it's he's doing a good job. Just angle, look at that, angling in right there, perfect apexing out the other side, maximising the track usage limits that he possibly can. Dances it in on the right-hander that's quick through there, easy to go out onto the bunda there on the left, but he's just breaking this thing everywhere. He's in that flow state, centre style, and just showing them all how it's done, power sliding his way out of the corners, and this will be his in-lap for sure here if he's going to do a Kobe Marshall. And he's setting the timing towers alight still, considering it's only 2 seconds off his personal best here at the moment. And it looks pretty good. He's got that set up dialed in, Chriso. Yeah, he is.
It brings to mind there are 2 kind of sim racers out there in the world. One who readily suck on the bosom of the Nordschleifer. And I think Parkinson is one of those. And the other type who don't care for it too much. That is me. So you'll see in these races, and that was the case on the Tuesday night coverage as well, as Marshall just sets up Carl Brittingham here. The British pig just goes up the inside here, and the pig doesn't give much of resistance there as well. So Marshall off down the road as he's made his pit stop and working his way back through the field. But the 2 types of sim racers, this guy and those who don't really like the Nordschleifer, and I'll tell you what. It's a hard circuit to learn, ladies and gentlemen, and if you haven't you haven't put in the hours, you haven't put in the laps previous to when your said league pops it on the old calendar, you're probably behind the 8 ball as well, because as you said, Zach, this is like one of those circuits. You've got the YouTube contingent that are out there, filming their laps and putting it on there, Jimmy Broadbent style, trying to beat Max Verstappen's best laps or whatever they bloody do. And then you got the guys that just avoid it, like me. It's I've got, I'm a busy man, Zach O'Reilly. I've got better things to do than 8-minute laps around a friggin' German circuit, that's for sure.
It's just full pasting here in the commentary box of the Nordschleifer.
Yeah.
Coming your way. Don't worry about it. You'd think we'd be sponsored by Clag here at the moment. The amount of glue we're just given to the old Nordschleifer. But holy mackerel, it is a track where you either love it or you hate it. And that's just the old genuine consensus out there and whatnot. It's a reason, though, that this is a track of the benchmarking for all the manufacturers out there who can get the quickest street car lap time in the world and all that sort of stuff. How does the fastest cars in a straight line perform around here? And it is a place that is highly regarded in the world of motorsport, and pretty much only one of the tracks that remains in about 80% of its normal configuration from the start, mind you. So it is a historical place to be. I would say it's got to be registered on the what do they call it?
Sex offenders list. And he has come in on the next lap. So 33 minutes into this race, Price pits, and I reckon the rest of these guys are going to come in as well. Here comes Varga. Here comes Tomei following him in as well. Marshall's already made his pit stop, so he is where at the moment, halfway down that big long straight as you come into the Nürburgring GP section. Diabolical. Absolutely. Thank you, Ben Mead, for joining us in the chat after he's binned it and hit the showers early, Zach. He's had enough tonight, so he's lost it. Ash Rogers is out. Blake Fitz never started the race down there in 16th position. It would have been interesting to see how many spots he could have made it up. But here comes Marshall. I want to see where he comes out in comparison to these guys. So Price is on the move, but here comes Marshall really quickly as well. You can see him. He's in his sights there, just in the distance. But tell you what, the tyres are still a little bit cold on that that Price machine. And I was going to say Harley Marshall. Kobe Marshall's going to be hunting him down.
Well, look, you know what? It's going to be that hard versus cold tyre compound scenario here, but I was just watching the braking behaviour of Marshall's car. Under brakes, that thing was just dancing its ass around there. It was horrible to watch. It was literally on the slip angle under brakes. So he's got that brake bias set really rearward at the moment. Probably could pay to go a little bit more forward just to save those rear tyres, because not only are they giving you traction under brakes, they're also the things that are connected to the big engine and transmission that's in the front of the thing to give you traction. But it looks like here at the moment, he's still, well, what is he? He's, where is he from Price? So he's 3.5 seconds away.
Yeah.
So he's now got to think about, okay, I'll just do this and stick it long run here and work out the math, because keep in mind, Marshall came in at the 25-minute mark. So he's now got to go either around and do a final pit stop, or these boys here have done the wise decision and got past that halfway mark and then put on their fresh boots. So bit of short-term game here mid-race for Marshall, but it could hurt him in the end with the tyre life department, Chriso.
Yeah, you've got this guy that's just come out of the pit, so Varga will be setting the timing sectors alight, I assume, now that he's gotten up to speed and those tyres are ready to go. Marshall, 9.5 seconds down the road, mind you. It's a fair whack, but I think in qualifying he was around about that in front of him anyway. So a lap or two, and we could be on. Turn it up, Bill. Hey, it's okay to agree with me sometimes. I have some hot takes out there, ladies and gentlemen, but opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one, and they all smell like shit to me.
Comments from the super coach there, just absolute wisdom and genius one-liners coming out of us tonight here. It's great stuff. And if you want to hear more of us, ladies and gentlemen, and you're enjoying it, please give us a like on the video as well. It goes a long way. And give us a subscribe to the channel as well, and then hit that notification bell as always to show when we are on, which will be flicking on your phone, tablet, computer, emails, whatever it wants. More often than not this year, 2026, we've got huge things coming your way. This is one of them. Aussie Car is another one, not to be confused with Aussie Sim Racing. We've got Wednesday Cup with Simsational's own as well. We've got Rang Out as well on a Thursday night. And we've got a big announcement that will be confirmed in the coming weeks. Also with that, it's just all over the shop here. We've got plenty going on. We've got another couple of leagues. We're international and global trending. I wasn't lying, ladies and gentlemen. We are global and trending because we've got Average Joe's Racing League. We've got the Winter Series as well. We've got absolutely everyone in TFG Racing, as well. It's happening, and it's happening quick here at Simsational TV. So thank you for your support here, and thank you for everyone tuning in tonight. It's good to have you with us so far. We're across the halfway mark here in this race. 37 minutes and 9 seconds gone, skis. And it's going to be a battle. Kobe Marshall in third place. For how long? With Parkinson just dominating here, Chriso, and Craig Matthews here is just still educating himself around this circuit. And yeah, he's now on the back end of Cook Maitland here for another bit of education session. It is getting dominant for him, but this is the battle because look at this man, Marshall now. He pitted early. He pitted at the 25-minute mark, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone came in 10 minutes later, 2 laps. And he is now just losing every bit of pace. Varga is all over him like a bad rash. And I'm telling you now, this is for the final place on the podium. And Marshall is all waggy. He has got no traction left on this car at all. Varga is just looking at him. He just has to sit behind him, really, and just wait till it's straightaway because at the moment, Marshall is looking like a sitting duck. And this is for the final place podium. Get yourself in for the post-race interview. One of you, look at that from Varga. 100% on the throttle there and the brake pedal, and he's just hounding him, just giving him every little millimetre of air that he needs between it. Marshall is now losing it. Chris O around the outside, empty a trailer park girl style here from Varga, and there it is. That's the wag that he wanted, did Varga. There it goes for Kobe Marshall. Unfortunately, those tyres are way too dead, and Varga's just going to come back from 5th and empty back where he started this race in 3rd place. He'll gallop off down the distance and take that one off Marshall. Good effort from Kobe, but boy, oh boy, Varga, that is the difference, ladies and gentlemen, that a lap and a half takes here at the end of it. That's what the strategies are all, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll tell you what, Varga has just blitzed them all. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but the return is on here because we saw just a nice little mistake there from Varga going off 2 wheels, dipping onto the green stuff, and that invited Kobe Marshall right up behind him. But since I started talking now, that gap has eked out again a 10th or 2. So the gap is about 6 tenths, 5 tenths at the moment. So Marshall, just all it takes, 1 lap is the difference in tyre delta here between these 2 cars as well. Kobe Marshall, a lap later a lap earlier in the pit lane, so that means his tyres are a lap older in that department, and you can see just the pace here. He cannot do what he can in the Camaro in front, which is Stephen Varga, who is starting to walk away. But we got to go to the front because Joseph Parkinson has taken the checkered flag here in the opening stanza of Aussie Sim Racing's Gen 3 Supercars season number 3. Here he goes. Celebratory donuts, a bit of smoke as well. All the good stuff.
Photo finish.
What a go there, but it is a photo finish here. Look at these 2 guys fighting down the back straight. A little bit of argy-bargy as well there from Marshall. I don't know if Varga would be too happy about that, but it's all well and good. Oh, he's been pitted straight into the wall. He goes across 4 wheels in the air. He's going to have to get a slowdown here before he finishes the race. Varga's probably going to end up taking this checkered flag off Marshall here because he will come down to the line. It's actually Marshall that's finished the race in front of him. Maybe a little penalty coming his way because advantage gained off the circuit, Zach O'Reilly. What an absolute finish there from those 2 guys.
Well, there was contact between them all. Goodness gracious me. That could be interesting in the stewards department after it. Let's have a look here what happened. Oh, this is earlier on. That's what happened there between them 2. They came into it, and it was just a check up there and full airborne. That Targa Tasmania style there was Kobe Marshall. He didn't get a slowdown penalty. He must have just skipped way over the track there and it didn't collect him on the grass or something because he's taken the line and got that job done. Will there be a penalty for him post-race after that one? That was incredible. Price has finished 2nd. Marshall arguably finishes 3rd with Varga only 4 tenths behind him. And Rob Tomei here is just circulating around the circuit very, very slowly. In fact, here for this one. Don't tell me he's out of fuel. If he's out of fuel here, this could be disastrous. It looks like it. No, he's just got the fuel. No, he's got the brake accelerator pedal down. He's just coasting around here because he's got a minute and a bit between himself and the British Pig. He'll come across the line to take 5th here. Does Rob Tomei. Good effort from him. Luckily, I thought he was out of fuel there, Chris O, for that one. But that is 5th place. Controversy for 3rd and 4th.